Quiet, please. Take this test in a quiet location without distractions. Ready to begin? Once you start, you will not be able to pause or retake this test. Please ensure you have enough time before you begin. Are you ready to take this test? Speaking tips. It is important to speak naturally during the test. Here are some tips.
Before you start the test, we need to hear you speak, so we'll give you a question. Listen to the question, then give your answer. You have 30 seconds to answer this question. Try to speak for as long as you can. Do you find it easier to write on a computer, phone, or with a pen and paper? Explain why.
To start the test, please click Next. Part A. Reading. Please read the sentences as you are instructed. Please read sentence 1. Now read sentence 2. Now please read sentence 3. Now read sentence 4. Now read sentence 5. Please read sentence 6. Now read sentence 7. Now read sentence 8. Part B. Repeat. Please repeat each sentence that you hear. For example, a voice says,
"Leave town on the next train."
and you say,
Leave town on the next train.
The reason is not at all clear to me.
Please leave your shoes at the door.
How was I supposed to know? A photo identification is required.
Who was here yesterday?
Why didn't you reserve a larger picnic area?
You can go as fast or as slow as you like. The first one out gets a prize. If your family is moving out of the area, please tell the office staff.
Letters should be submitted in a sealed envelope. Bring your resume and a list of references to the meeting.
His desk area and bookshelves are always well organized.
All children under the age of 5 must be supervised at all times.
Sally included some photos of her new grandson.
Isn't she the girl we saw at the market selling flowers? Several customers have already filed complaints about the service at the restaurant.
Part C. Questions. Now, please just give a simple answer to the questions. For example, a voice says,
Would you get water from a bottle or a newspaper?
and you say,
A bottle.
or,
From a bottle.
Do wet clothes dry faster on a rainy day or a sunny day?
The comment was cruel. Was it kind or hurtful?
Would you hang your coat on a hook or on a drawer?
I went to the post office after the nursery. Which did I go to first?
Isabella just turned 102. Is she young or old?
Carl's son has developed a cold. Did he get sick or make something?
Do authors crawl or write books?
What sound comes after a lightning flash?
If you have given up, have you quit or continued?
Which is larger, a continent or a pond?
What instrument records how hot it is outside? Management was fascinated with the proposal. Were they interested or indifferent?
We all donated a lot. Were we generous or mean? Sean is cooking on the stove. What room of his house is he probably in? If an animal is chasing you, is it in front of you or behind you?
Does a mermaid have legs or a tail?
What vocal sound is usually made in response to something funny?
Which of the following is something you wear? A bike, a hat, or a sofa?
Is spaghetti a kind of pasta or a kind of spinach?
The balloon is full of air. Is it flattened or inflated?
Does a ship travel on land, on water, or in the air? Parental permission is required for the field trip. Should Paul ask his teacher or his mother to sign the permission slip?
Is Susan likely to use a pick on her guitar strings or on her trumpet?
What liquid normally flows out of a kitchen tap?
Part D. Sentence builds. Now please rearrange the word groups into a sentence. For example, a voice says,
Was reading. My mother. Her favorite magazine.
and you say,
My mother was reading her favorite magazine.
You eat must. Dangerous is considered. That old building. Seem to be at home. The owner doesn't. That he would come as quickly as possible. He told us. She had a goldfish. Sandy wished to change our minds. We could be easily persuaded, accidentally deleted. The results might have been to leave early. It makes sense. And arrive before dark. The band's performance awaited an enthusiastic crowd. Toward its hole, through the grass, the rabbit raced.
Part E. Story retellings. You will hear 3 brief stories. Each story will be spoken once, followed by a beep. When you hear the beep, you will have 30 seconds to retell the story in English. Try to retell as much of the story as you can, including the situation, characters, actions, and ending. You will hear another beep at the end of the 30 seconds.
Monica was one of the most talented runners on the team. She was not only good at running, but she also loved doing it. She would get up early every morning and go for a long run before she went to school.
Two friends, Mike and Susan, are walking home on a snowy winter evening. Susan slips on the ice and falls to the ground. Mike helps her stand up and asks her if she is hurt. Susan feels her legs and discovers that she is not hurt. They walk home without falling again. Craig went diving in the sea. He wanted to touch the bottom of the sea, so he swam very deep. When he got to the bottom, he noticed a shiny object on the sandy bottom. When he touched it, he discovered it was actually a fish. He was surprised as the fish swam away quickly. Craig decided to buy an underwater camera for next time.
Part F. Open questions. You will hear 2 questions about family life or personal choices. Each question will be spoken twice, followed by a beep. When you hear the beep, you will have 40 seconds to answer the question. You will hear another beep at the end of the 40 seconds.
Should all students receive an academic university education, or should some students be educated for specific work? Explain your opinion. Sometimes friends do not agree about an important issue, and they cannot resolve the difference. What is the best way to handle an argument with a friend?
Congratulations! You have completed the test. Thank you.